Hi friends, it is Tuesday and I am going to be talking about math for us today. This week is going to look a little different. We are still focusing on I Can Explain My Chosen Strategy. Your goal today is to be creating our mini golf holes. It is finally our last step that we have been waiting on to continue on with this project. So after this video, you will kind of see that this video is going to be the video that you use and reference all week for math, because you are going to be creating a miniature golf hole one a day. So you're going to be creating one of these a day and meeting all of the expectations. So by the end of the week, you will have 4 holes. Okay, that is not very many, but I did not want to overwhelm you. So I'm going to be giving you the option to do our optional holes activity as well. So we know that mini golf holes have between 9 holes to make it a full course or 18 holes to make it an actual course. So if you are going to be one of those students, there is an extra assignment for you to go on Seesaw, and it is called, I think it's just called Extra Mini Golf Holes. So you will work on this all week to add extra holes. So there's plenty of extra templates for you to make 9. There's plenty of extra templates for you to do 18. So then you're going to turn that in on Friday. Friday is going to be the day that you turn those extra holes in. I do not want you working on them all in one day. So just work on a couple a day, save it as your draft. So there will be that option. So if you are one of those kids who goes above and beyond and you do your 9 holes or you do 18 holes, you will be earning our golf badge. So to design our hole, here is my example, and I'm going to kind of walk you step by step with what I did. So the very first thing that I did is outlined my course using the boxes in green. So in green, I outlined what I wanted the shape of my golf course to look like. So that's what the first thing that you need to do is come up with your outline. Okay, you will also see that you need a hole name and number. That is the first thing on your directions. Okay, so you're going to put the name of your hole. So if your theme is glow in the dark or your theme is dragons, okay, your whole name should relate to your golf course. So come up with some creative names. Okay, and then the hole number is going to be the hole that you're working on. So today we're working on hole number 1. Okay, so you will do holes number 1, 2, 3, and 4 that are required. Any extra, you will start at 5 and go up from there. So you'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4 that you have to turn into me, and then 5 through 18 or whatever you decide will be on that extra template. So you're going to come up with a creative name. You're going to give it hole number 1 today, depending on the day. And then you see where they have this hole key here. So you're going to create like it's a key for people to understand what the thing on your golf course means. So if you look at my course, and if that wasn't there, you would have no idea what all these little symbols mean. Okay? So the next thing you need 3, well, I'll tell you what I did. I made a tee box and a hole cup. So those are the 2 first things I put in my key. So a tee box is where they start, and the hole cup is where they finish, so where they want to get the ball in. So then I just made symbols to determine what those stood for, and then I told you that the box with the lines in it, that equaled my tee box. The circle with my flag in it was my hole cup. Okay, so that would be my tee box. That's your starting point where they start, and then I have my hole cup. Okay, the next thing that you need 3 features. Okay, features are something to, they could help your golfers. They could include water. It could be, not water, sorry, that's a hazard. It could be decorations. It could be shortcuts. It could make something that makes the course easier. Okay, so you have to have 3 types of features to make your course different. So my features, I have a bridge, so you will see in the red here, I have just 2 lines that lead to my hole cup. That's going to be one of my features, so I'm going to have a bridge there. And then I have like the pink little hills, they look like hills, in an area where the ball goes up and down to get to that other side. And then for a decoration, I decided Couldn't really make a llama head perfectly on here, but that heart stands for a llama head. So if you go in that opening there where my circle is, you see I have that labeled as the opening. The ball will actually shoot out over those hills onto that other side, okay? So those are the features, okay? Then you have to have one hazard, so one thing that makes your course hard, okay? So I put water on the opposite sides of my bridge, okay? Because if the ball goes in the water, it's harder to get out and then you get docked. So you have to have one hazard. So hazards could be water, sand, they could be hills if you make them really hard. Like if you put a hill right in front of that hole, that could be a hazard. It could be anything else that just makes your ball hard to get to the hole. Okay? And then you need to find the area and the perimeter of your course, of your hole. So because you've already outlined your course, it should be very easy. So I went around and you can see my numbers in black that I was finding the perimeter. So remember, the perimeter is the outside. So that's when I just counted each little area and wrote the number around it for my perimeter. Then I went to the back side of my paper. I just made an extra piece of scratch paper. And then I put all of my totals down there to add it up. Remember, you're adding up all of your sides for perimeter, so you can see my work there. So I will expect that I see your perimeter being added up similar to mine on your golf course. Okay? And then your area, remember, you're just counting the squares on the inside of your hole. Okay, and then you want to label them for perimeter. It's just going to be units, and then area is units squared. Okay. The last thing that we are mentioned down here at the bottom, there is a little checklist of the things that you need. I have added some things such as the area and perimeter, but that is okay. Okay, but you want to make sure once you have these things that you are crossing them off. The last thing I want to touch in that checklist is that it says colored. Okay, mine is not all one color. Okay, I probably could have used a couple more colors rather than making my tee box and my water and my cup hole blue, but that's just what I went with at the time. Okay, so you need to make sure that your golf course looks neat and organized. It has color to it. I can see in your hole key what everything stands for, and it looks like a golf course. So you are going to be working on these all week. One a day is required. If you're going above and beyond, that is awesome. I cannot wait to see. Be creative with your holes. This is the last thing that I want to say. Be very creative with your holes. Don't make them the same. Change up the layout each time. And make sure you're watching my video and looking back at my example to make sure that you are meeting all of the requirements. Okay, and remember, if you want to do more, that you have that other assignment that you can work on. So when you go into Seesaw, you will have another assignment, but it isn't an optional one, okay? So if you don't want to do the extra holes, you don't have to. But if you want to be a professional mini golf business owner, work on those holes and show me your creative side. Have a great day today, friends, and I will see you on Seesaw.